It's Speaking with Gravity, and I am Curvin.
I'm D.
And I'm Ty.
And we're the hosts for a podcast that speaks on mental health in our community and how everything affects everything. With every episode, the goal is to have a conversation that will make you think, make you feel, and make you do what is best for you. I'm a therapist, but this isn't therapy, it's a podcast.
While we serve as mental health professionals, the information and content being discussed during our podcast is not intended to be utilized or substituted as therapy. The purpose of this broadcasting is to share our personal perspective through open dialogue about various content based on our personal, educational, and/or professional experience.
All right, so we got this episode is going to be titled Speaking Truthfully. And we have two guests with us. I'm going to introduce them first. Before we get into our Twitter discussion. Sometimes I do it the other way around. But for me, right now, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Sterling. Then I'm going to give you a chance to introduce yourself because all I'm going to do is say your name. And that's it. You know, people have to figure out the rest if you don't do it. But we have Sterling Kemp, and tell what else you want everybody to know.
I'm Sterling Kemp. No, I just pay for it. No, I'm Sterling Kemp, traveling musician and quartet singer and worker by day.
And what quartet is that?
Sterling Kemp. Well, no, you ain't finna play me either, Kurt. The Sensational Gospel Eagles out of Greenwood, Billy Smith and the Radio Angels out of Johnston, South Carolina, and Sterling Kemp and the Country Boys out of Augusta, Georgia.
Okay, all right. And then we also have, I know him as Hoot. I ain't gonna give his government name unless he want to give it. Hoot. Hoot, tell us what you want us to know.
Yeah, well, I'm Jamar Crawford, better known as Hoot. I'm the founder of Next Level Lifestyle here in Greenwood Youth Mentoring Organization. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a leader, and I'm a mentor.
Oh, yeah. Definitely all that. All that and then some. All right, so we have what we call Twitter discussions, right? And what we do is we go on the internets and things, and we find something to talk about, or we just put it out there. I gave y'all an easy one because I don't know what you two guys' response is going to be, so I just kept it real simple.
Gotcha.
So here it is. Never say, I don't see color. It's not about being racist or not. It's about validating someone's identity. And that was written by Dr. Turner. I think she actually tweeted that. Okay. So what's y'all thoughts on that? Never say I don't see color. It's not about being racist or not. It's about validating someone's identity. Y'all ever heard that statement? I don't see color.
No, I ain't never heard that.
No. So is it more of when you say identifying their identity, meaning, and you say you don't see color, not referring as racist, right?
Right.
So is there like different colors? You have dark colors, you have light colors. So is that what they getting at, or
no?
What is it?
Really, the way I interpreted it was this person was trying to say they're not racist.
Gotcha.
So in saying that I'm not racist, they would say I don't see color. I don't know that you're black.
Gotcha.
I don't know that you're white. I don't know that you're Hispanic. And we typically add color to that.
Yeah.
And then this doctor was saying, don't do that.
Yeah.
You need to see that they're black.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
identify with myself being black. I'm okay if you say, if somebody was describing me and they was like, oh, this little short black guy.
Yeah.
That doesn't offend me.
Absolutely.
Because I am black. Yeah. I am short. And if you add a big head onto it, I wouldn't be mad about that either because I got a big head.
But I didn't like how you said that word. I ain't trying to just throw you off, but if I'm shorter than you, Kirby, then what you trying to say? I'm a midget? that right there that rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, to be politically correct, we're not supposed to say midget. We're supposed to say little person.
Yeah. Well, I'm height complex.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to
Height complex, all right. All right, let's go to the QD of the hour.
Before we go to the QD of the hour, I would like to say something about Dr. Turner's statement.
Okay, go ahead, sis.
I was listening to an educator speak. I forget exactly what, maybe microaggression, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and she mentioned something along the lines that if you don't see color, then you don't see me. Mm-hmm. Because I am a beautiful brown young lady who happens to identify as black or an African of the African diaspora, whatever the case may be, but you got to see me. And when you see me, you see color. So that I'm not going to say that it doesn't offend me, but I've learned to ask people, well, if you don't see color, then what do you see?
Yeah.
and just to kind of pick their brain. But moving on to the QD of the hour, which stands for quotable data of the hour, which is another version of fun facts and information that you're able to give to your friends, family, colleagues, coworkers, and church members. There is evidence that people feel more authentic when they behave in an extroverted, agreeable, conscientious, emotionally stable, and intellectual manner. Put differently, people seem to feel more authentic when they are doing things society values.
All right. Your true self is the person you met on introspection. In the process of reaching goals and learning lessons, we still must ask ourselves, who are we in all of this? Who are we at our core, apart from anybody or anything else? Do we ever have a chance to be that core person in a relationship? Do we ever have a chance to be that person for ourselves? Today we begin introspection with questions. We ask and you answer.
When the Ty was doing the QD of the hour, the last sentence he put in was, people seem to feel more authentic when they're doing things that society values. And I really like this particular thing that we're going to do on this episode, because from the time we're born, we're conditioned to be a certain way. Good, bad, or indifferent, we are conditioned. We're conditioned by media. We're conditioned by our parents, in training up a child in the way that it should go, so on and so forth. And we're conditioned in schools, what to do, what not to do. And sometimes in that conditioning, we forget who we are at a core. We forget exactly the person that we are. And in this particular exercise, in this episode, is called Speaking Truthfully. The goal is to get to, what's my first thought when I hear this? And your first thought is who you are.
Yeah.
That's who you are. When you get ready to start asking yourself these questions, and then some of these questions, I haven't been through all of those questions. They get me sometimes. I'm like, okay, how do I feel about this?
Yeah.
And then when you gain a better understanding of that, as you said in a previous episode, D, when you really understand yourself, it can cut off some of these behaviors that we end up having because we understand ourselves. But let's see where we at. So we're gonna pick a question, and we're gonna ask that the guest dialogue on it, and then of course if y'all want to put me on the spot, y'all could. Anybody want to put me on the spot, they could. Do not put Ty on the spot though. But we're gonna pull a question, and Ty, I'm gonna let you go first. Pull a question and ask these guys, and we're gonna see what they got to say.
So to start off, the first question that I have, it's more so a statement, so I need for you guys to finish the sentence. I am someone who enjoys, and you fill in the blank. So I am someone who enjoys. Jamar, we'll start with you.
Enjoy seeing successful people. That's exactly what I enjoy seeing. Successful people.
That's big. That's real. That's big. And I'm glad you picked Jamar first, because you never know. This is a PG-13 family rated. So we never know how people's response is going to be. So I'm glad you picked Jamar and not me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say But if I had to come back out of Jamal, I agree with Jamal wholeheartedly. I'm gonna have to call you Hoop.
Hoop.
But the main thing I enjoy, and the first thing that pops in my mind, is just family.
Yeah.
Even though we go through day in day and we do everything like we want to, but my biggest enjoyment is waking up, even though he's not on camera right now. But my biggest enjoyment is the little fella that matching me, and that's my son. Yeah. And even though I have to be at work at 4 and 4:30 in the morning, my enjoyment is to walk in that room and just look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my biggest enjoyment.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about self-care, and I ask people what they enjoy doing. It's good to understand that.
Yeah.
So when it's time for you to do some self-care, just go and pick them up, take them to the store, put some money in his pocket. I don't know, $50, $100, and then just spend time with him.
Kirby, to that aspect, I was online last night trying to get a PlayStation 5. Right now they're at $1,100 something.
Oh man.
Oh,
So
Lord.
so I told him if he get that for Christmas, you can't have no attitude till 2035.
I'm telling you. Oh yeah.
All right, D, you got another question for us?
All right, so who is one person that always makes you feel good about yourself? How and when?
You gonna go first?
How you think? I mean, who right there?
I go.
He went first last time.
I go.
Do you need her to repeat the question so you can get it together?
No, I mean, but you got two people that grew up around each other.
Okay.
So me and Hoop, I'm older, so I'm always gonna
Okay.
go first. Go ahead, Hoop. Kirby just want to
I go
start.
first. Right now, it's my wife. Like, it's my wife. Just, her always, congratulating me on my accomplishments and, how I move and the way I do, and that actually pushed me hard, So, yeah.
What's the question again?
Who is the one person that always makes you feel good about yourself? How and when?
Okay.
Now, all of y'all better say y'all wise because who started it. So, y'all already know.
Yeah,
how
Hoop
this
that
go
really went
in.
there. You ain't going first that time, Hoop. I tell you my whole mind.
I gave you the opportunity from the beginning to go first. Yes. And there's nothing else that we can say.
Hey, they can say, but I'm gonna be different. I love my wife, so when she watch it, I want her to know I love my
Do
wife.
not be different.
I gotta be
Do
different.
not be different.
I have to say that. I have to say this.
Okay.
I have to say this. My main person right now is my father.
Okay.
I mean, that's it. I mean, right now and give honor to God and just want to say thank him for another day. My father's in the hospital right now.
Okay.
And so, he's battling some major issues. But out of 38 years on this earth, he always let me do me. So when I wanted to jump from guitar to drums to football to this and that, he always supported me no matter if he thought it was wrong or no matter what right or how many cars I wrecked. He always been right there. So, I mean, I love my wife, so I want to know I love my wife. I say that because Hoop messed me up. We going to talk when we leave out of here. But I love my wife, but I have to give all props to my father.
Yeah. That's big. All right. Oh, you
Oh,
won?
yeah, come. I'm going to let you slide.
I mean, that's hard. And first of all, it is your wife. First and foremost, because it's my wife. All right? It's my wife. I love my mama to death. I love my dad to death. My dad had passed away. There's some, sometimes I still move and I say, I wonder what he would be thinking right now. What would he say about my little family that I have? Yeah. The fact that I actually have a family and kids. And of course, I want my mom to be proud of me. But who messed it up? Yeah. You gotta say why. All right. Oh, Ty is on you.
All right.
We're in the minds of men's.
Yeah.
We're in the mind of men now.
So the next question is, what is a negative way of coping when you are under stress? That's the first part of the question. So I'm going to repeat it. What is a negative way of coping when you are under stress? And then what is a positive way of coping when you are under stress? So what is a negative way
But
of coping?
I'm gonna go first because we ain't gonna let Hoop go first. No more. I love the deal, but no more. Now, a negative way is what a lot of people do right now, and I have seen it with alcohol and drugs, and even one of the things that we do not realize as people is talking to someone that could be negative. Mm-hmm. And just the other day I was talking to a little fella at work and just talking about the same thing. He came running to me and telling me about one of the personal issues he had going on and how other people that were trying to give him advice, and I said that's not the right advice. Mm-hmm. Don't let nobody clown you in your own circumstance. Mm-hmm. But another positive way to talk to somebody that's positive towards you, somebody that don't see your situation, but to see how to get out of your situation and go forward with your situation. A lot of times, like they always said, even in the church system, what they say, you can't let everybody pray for you. Right. You can't let everybody talk to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's real true.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I'm gonna piggyback where I can piggyback off of them, because I was gonna say, the first thing is don't take action. Like, don't take action in a actually hostile way. And I'm learning that still. I'm learning that still. On just basically, think first. Like, that's what I'm learning a whole lot. Think first before. And I tell people, the kids that I'm around every day, they make me. They don't understand. I tell them they help me just as much as I help them, because of now I'm learning. Because of think first, stop and just think, stop and think, and then once you stop and think, then you'll be able to react in a better way. Because if you react right then, it ain't gonna be nice. Yeah. It's real hostile, and I'm learning that. And I guess that's answer both of them, I guess.
When before we go ahead, can you explain when you say you talk to kids? Can you just explain for the people that are listening that don't know you and don't know what's going on? Because everybody's not from this area that's listening. Because we got over 1,000 downloads and listens. Just want to throw that out there so y'all know.
Gotcha.
We heard that, Brad. Gotcha. Go ahead, Hoop. Go ahead. He gonna pull up a plaque in the water.
Oh yeah.
But tell them more about next level fitness and.
So when
lifestyle.
I'm referring to is the kids is the kids that I mentor on a daily base, on because we know kids, how kids are, how kids gonna be kids, and how I'm that, I'm the aggressive, so meaning once they actually do something that's not right, instead of me reacting, because I'm learned by reacting first, I have to stop and think. When I stop and think, now, because most of the time, they have to remind me that what I do, that kids gonna be kids, and okay, now this is what they're getting at home, so what are you gonna do differently? So,
okay, all right, D is up on you, right?
Yes. All right. So, name 3 ways you participate in proper grooming and hygiene daily.
Oh, Jesus. That was on there?
Yeah, it was.
So can you repeat the question again?
Name 3
For these
ways
men's.
you participate in proper grooming and hygiene daily. So what
That's easy.
That is.
Yeah. I hope when you get up in the morning, there's 3 things you should always do.
What are those
When you
3
first
things?
get up, wash your face,
Yes, sir.
brush your teeth,
Yes,
and
sir.
wash your body.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like that should be a daily routine.
Yes, sir. And I ain't got nothing to say.
telling
I'm with
you.
Hoop on that.
Oh yeah, that's a daily routine. Like you can do that blind.
Yeah.
That's a daily routine. Yeah.
I'm with Hoop on that one. Ain't no need to say nothing behind
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it is. How you maintain your your beard?
Well, right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
it's
how you
nappy.
maintain?
It's nappy,
You
but
got
I make sure I
you get a
shampoo.
little extra than you got a little bit more than we do.
Beard game
I'm
season.
Well, beard game right now, nappy game season right now. But they got to make sure they shampooed everything. You don't be running around smelling it from head to toe.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I work in a manufacturing company, so I mean, it's very easy and kind of sad to say that you walk beside somebody and you wonder who having Chinese food.
Oh yeah.
It ain't the food, it's them. So I mean, you gotta know your, especially I mean, thank God Curry and well, and all 3 of us are married. Yeah. But if you're a single man and you trying to get a woman, that's your first downfall.
Oh yeah.
You may not have a car, you may not have a lot of money, but you still can and get a respectable woman. But if your hygiene ain't right, I don't know what to tell you.
Ain't nothing I can do for you.
Ain't nothing I can do for you.
Nothing.
All right, next question.
All right.
You said a whole lot.
Do you lead your life according to other people's expectations or your own inner voice? And whichever one, please explain. So do you lead your life according to other people's expectations or to your own inner voice? And explain. It's open.
So y'all want me to go first?
Yeah. You ain't damaging my home life. Go ahead.
That's a good question. I will say that because of, and I'll explain why I say that. And it can be both, really. And the reason why I say that because of, for one, I'm real, and I'm gonna be true. And I always say, that's my motto: be true to yourself and real with yourself. But at the same time, you have to make sure that when you in place that somebody's watching you at all times. So you have to be careful on what you do and how you do.
That's right.
So yeah, that's that was big. That was big. And I feel like I do. Because of I'm just raw and real. I don't feel like I hide anything. But at the same time, I know I can't go out and just choke somebody. So there's sometimes you want to, you feel like it, but you can't because you're in place on what you do and lead, and you got to practice what you preach as well. So, like I say, that can be, little, a little of both, little combination of both. Like, sometimes you want to do something that but you can't.
That's
so
right.
there's a little of both. Okay. Yeah.
But I have to agree with bro on that one, because sometimes it takes certain places that you can. I mean, we can be real all day long, but sometimes you have to be a little more sheltered with who you are in front of some people, because some people can't take some people just being all out raw and just real. I mean, I'm a country boy, but sometimes I have to show a little city to get to another place. Yeah, and so I agree with Hoop wholeheartedly on that one.
Yeah.
Y'all waiting on mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you lead your life according to other people's expectations or to your own inner voice? Curvin, and explain.
Like Hoot said, I think it's a little bit of both. I was trying to find this quote by Truett Cathy, and that's the young man that started Chick-fil-A. And the quote, I couldn't find it with the quickness, but he was talking about everything that you're doing. It can influence. You never know how it's going to influence somebody, like what Hoot was saying. And I think especially about kids. I remember when I was growing up, seeing the principal, seeing my teacher, seeing a basketball coach, even on television, watching television and aspiring to be that. So how I'm moving, how I move, that I don't want to move in a negative manner for a kid to say I don't want to be like that. Absolutely. So I'm definitely influenced by that. But then I had that little bit of that inner voice. I think my mom would really want me to be a part of the school system, but I just got this thing inside of me where I really want to be my own business owner. I want to own something, and I want to develop it. I want to be able to pass it down, as opposed to just going and work for this particular place for X amount of years. So that inner voice is pushing me to do that. So I'm affected by both of them.
Yeah.
Good answer. All right, this is a question. What is a quick and healthy meal that you can make without using more than 2 pots, pans, or bowls?
Oh, I can't answer that.
You said without using two?
Without using more than 2 pots, pans, or bowls.
Or a bowl. Oh, well, you can use a cup. You can use oatmeal.
Hello.
Oatmeal and peanut butter. And banana.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, in a cup. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my same answer.
I was thinking grits. I don't know how good grits are.
Yeah, it's a long grain. It all depends on what you put in them grits. So
sugar.
Yeah, that's the thing. When we put butter and sugar in the grits, or in salt and pepper. So and we gonna do either or.
Cheese
so because we ain't finna just eat them, your little cheese. We ain't finna just eat them just like that. So like I say, the health alternative is gonna be that oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Yeah, you put that little peanut butter in and the banana.
Okay. All right.
I agree.
Oh, grits and oatmeal. You not adding no cereal or nothing to it?
And next question.
All right, that's next up.
All right. Are you able to accept people as they are without trying to fix them? Give us an example. So again, are you able to accept people as they are without trying to fix them? And give us an example.
That's
Absolutely.
That's a question for the ladies. more so than the men.
What was the question?
Are you able to accept people as they are without trying to fix them? Give us an example. And I'll chime in after you answer.
Go, girl.
That was a good one, Tyler. That was good. I am learning. I will say that life has taught me, and I am learning how to accept people and meet them where they are. You know, we are all in our own individual paths and journey, and I think you know, as we talk about our own ongoing episodes, and I ain't gonna get deep because we having a good show, but just being able to truly recognize that people really are at the best version of them that they know how to be in that moment. So yeah, I try to accept people for who they are. What was the other part of the question?
No, you gave an example without trying to fix them.
Yeah.
You guys want to go?
Well, I was gonna say, go back to when I say, you know, I'm always like, I always experience that. Then it's on a daily basis because I work with so many different people on a daily basis, and new people every day. And that's just one of my mottos is go back to saying, you know, be real with yourself and true to yourself, because that's what I want, like, because you can't help who you are. Like, so you can't help how you was born, you know, when you was born, you know, so that's why I say you be real with yourself and true to yourself. You know, when you that are tenant that whatever when you are trying to be something that you're not, then it's a whole different other ball game. You know, and I don't want nothing around me that's like that there.
Keep that fraudulent
There
stuff
you go.
over there.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay. You want this? Go ahead.
You see that look he give you? That means
But he giving that look like, But yeah, I mean, one of the greatest quotes I ever heard, and I can't say it word for word, because I was on Instagram when I see it, when DMX said, "Trust a snake to be a snake."
Oh, yeah.
And it take more energy to be against someone and know what they're doing. So I have to say, yeah, I mean, it's just to the point of, if you know how a person are, you have to know for yourself and for your inner self to know how far to go with that person. And I never have done this, but if I lie to Hoop tomorrow, it's up to Hoop how he gonna judge me in the future. And that's how you gotta know how to take a person. If you know a person already lie and you still deal with that person, you just gotta know them for who they are.
Yeah.
And you just gotta love that person for who they are.
Yep.
So for me, I'm learning kind of what Dee was stating. I think just for me through personal experiences, unintentionally, I think I was trying to fix someone, although that wasn't my intention. It was more so trying to see the beauty and the potential. And I know people often talk about don't go after people with potential, but just trying to see that in a person and help them see it within themselves. But I am learning, and not to say that I didn't accept people before, but really accepting people where they are and just trying to help them along the way in ways that works for them and not from my own agenda, you know. So it's a learning process, but definitely, I'm able to accept people as they are, you know, meeting them where they are, and we go from there.
All right, let's do two more questions, and we'll wrap it up before Jamar get off the chain over
All
here.
right. So my next question is, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? What's the difference?
Wow.
These are good.
Yeah. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I want to be happy.
There you go.
That was
Yeah.
really easy for me, but it's only easy because I've seen that question before, and I've had a chance to really think about it. I don't care about being right. Hence be just jumping in to do a podcast and not really thinking about all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
I can figure it out along the way,
Yeah.
but as long as I'm happy. He said earlier about his family. My family makes me happy. Doing what I do every day makes me happy. I don't have to be so right that I got to be paid X amount of dollars. I don't have to be the expert at anything. As long as I'm doing what I enjoy. So hands down, all day, I'd rather be happy.
What do you think the difference between being right and being happy is?
Being right to me is validation. I gotta have that validation of this, that, and the third. And happiness is more of just in the moment, understanding, being content with whatever it is that I'm going to some extent.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just add on happy. Like if I'm happy, I'm right. No matter what they think, I know if I'm happy, I'm right. Like, so it ain't no like even if as long as I'm happy, I'm right. Like so I don't care if you think I'm wrong, they think I'm wrong. If I'm happy, that's all I want to be happy. If I'm happy, I'm right within.
Oh, that's it.
That's right. And the great words of a great philosopher told me this.
His name was Curvin.
No, Curvin, you good, but you kind of fall off sometimes. You do. Spelling be my brother, Curvin. I don't get to even see him. But my daddy told me something a long time ago by getting married, and it works. And then Hoop probably know this too. As men, we talk about that we don't tell the women everything. My daddy say, he said, son, you want a happy wife? He said, sometimes just sit back and be quiet.
That's it.
So with that said, that things are gonna go wrong, and things are. You could be right in your mindset, but the happiness thing about it is when you see something going the opposite way that you want to go, then you can sit back and relax a little bit and don't fuss, don't complain, and let things unfold themselves. And just be content and be happy within yourself, it'll all come back around to play.
Oh yeah.
Kudos.
All right, last question.
Last question is Ty.
Let's see, because I have 3 left, but out of these 3, so since it's a
You
podcast,
really want to do those 3, don't you?
I'll say 2 out of the 3, but we'll go with this one, given that this is a podcast about mental health. I have learned blank about my mood, illness, health. So fill in the blank. I have learned blank about my mood, illness / health.
All right, I started off for you guys, and this is kind of heavy for me because I learned it this year. You can't do everything.
Yeah.
Slow down, boy.
Yeah.
Stop. Chill. I had to do that just this past week.
Yeah.
I had to slow down midweek.
Yeah.
I had everything in line and order and trying to get stuff together, and my body was telling me, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
So I took a mental health day.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah. I think though, as that's just something that's within all men though. Like all men, we feel like, we are in place to do everything. Like, and when we're not, we don't feel right.
Yeah.
So that's so, and I'm learning that too. And that's what my answer was gonna be. I'm learning that self-care is everything. Like, and that's what I'm practicing. That's what I'm preaching. That's what I'm actually enduring. Like, I'm learning that because of, I know I do a whole lot. Like, and I know self-care is everything. I know I still don't get enough self-care, but I'm learning now that self-care is everything. Because when you making sure you're taking care of yourself gonna be happy. Then you can make sure others happy. Because if you're not taking care of self, how you gonna take care of somebody else?
Yeah, I know.
So I'm learning that too. I'm learning it. We struggle, but I'm learning.
And I agree with Hoop wholeheartedly on that. But he said one wrong thing, but it was right, but it was wrong because I learned
It was
something.
right, but it was wrong.
And like I say, but no, I can say this. I mean, I've been around Hoop ever since you were little. I ain't that much older, and I've been around you for the past 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
But I can say these about y'all too. When you said men, all men, no.
Wait, you right.
All real
There
men.
you go. There you
because
go.
there's a lot of fellas out there, I can't even call them men because they even older than me.
Yeah.
And you're not, I guess the thing about real men is we know that we have to be a provider.
Yeah.
We have to be real husbands. We
Yes.
have to be real fathers. And I sit and I struggle with even loved ones in my family that, you'd rather go out and buy you a pair of J's and your son feet are rough.
Yeah.
So, it just, I agree with you hard on everything. Yeah. I just want to say real men.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
A real man. Because,
Absolutely.
we know what we have to do, too, for health care.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ty, did you want to get that last question in?
Sure.
I want to chime in on
Go
that
ahead,
question,
Dee.
though, because I think it's important. Well, for me, I know what I've learned, kind of like in alignment with Curvin, was to give myself grace. The notion that I don't have to be perfect for everyone and I don't have to show up for everything. So give myself grace in error and mistake, in lack of knowledge at that moment. and just be kind to myself while we trying to be kind to everyone else.
Yeah.
I agreeing with y'all too. I'm learning because learned is past tense. And to me, ing. I'm still learning. I'm learning a lot about my mood. Again, I'm real transparent. I've learned over the past year I can be a little emotionally off balance or unstable or confused at times. I'm learning to show myself grace and show myself kindness, show myself self-love, really.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what that looks like at 31 years old, and I'm exploring it through past experiences and current experiences. And also, too, just to chill. I'm learning I need to chill.
Yeah.
Okay, like take
Yeah.
a step, a moment back,
Yeah.
be present in the here and now, and just chill and be grateful for where I am, what I got going on right here, right now, not focusing on yesterday or even the future, but right here, because if I'm in the present moment in time, I'm truly here. So that's what I'm learning. So y'all check back in with me in a few more months. And the last question, finances. Name 3 ways that you can stretch your dollar. 3 ways that you can stretch your dollar.
Budgeting, making smart decisions, and no, I shouldn't. I wouldn't say that. I may be. I probably won't be able to get back in the house.
Don't mess us up now. Don't mess us up.
You go ahead and finish out for me, bro. Go ahead and finish out for me.
You thought about that thing.
And Hoop just had a thought too. I was like, yeah, he finna get put out with me. We finna get put out together and put everything in your mama name. But everything he just said is totally true. You have to budget. You have to sit down with yourself and figure out the things that are more important. I'm looking at, and I'm not trying to down anybody. I'm not throwing out any names, but I'm being honest about this certain situation, because that pops in my head that you sit up there, and I'm thinking about someone right now. I'm not trying to diss them, but I had to have a serious talk with them. Right now, you need to borrow money from me. How many vacations you done went on this year that I know about? Because I know you done went to X, Y, Z, and sometimes I and G this year, why is a pandemic going on, but now you hit me up in November and you need to borrow money. And you have to sit and look at what's more important. I mean, your home life has to be more important. Your family has to be more important. And so you need to see, even if it takes, and I'm not down to nobody for what they got coming in. Thank God for Hoop being a great cook, and he probably give me a turkey leg for free if I need one. But you have to sit and realize it. Is that T-bone steak that you finna spend your last $70, or going to get a whole thing of oodles and noodles to suffice you for a whole week? What's going to be more important? You have to learn your limit of finances and your well-being for your future.
Absolutely.
I guess I asked this question too because we understand financial stressor still has a direct impact on our overall mental well-being.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and so being financially responsible, being financially intelligent about your dollars, however you choose to spend, make it work for you and your family, so that there isn't any unnecessary stressors caused by lack of negligence on your end and just being irresponsible, not budgeting, not seeing what you bringing in versus what you spending out, and then you got to call, can I borrow some money? And that's okay, because we all fall on rough times, don't get me wrong, but it's then what do I do after I've experienced and encountered it? What am I going to do differently?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then we also have to think about mentorship. When I say mentorship, like I talk to people older than me.
Yep.
To figure out, certain moves that you need to be thinking about. Even on the podcast, but I think it was 2 podcasts ago. At this current time, it was 2 podcasts ago when we talked to Ms. Saxon.
Right.
She brought up some things, and just having somebody, they say if you want to be rich, surround yourself with rich people, right? Yeah. So if we're talking about finances, we need to surround ourselves with somebody who knows more than me.
Absolutely.
And then also, me and my wife, every time we've had a plan, we went in there together and discussed it. Absolutely. Instead of me making a decision, or instead of me hiding them J's in that trunk until the special occasion.
What side are you? And I love you, but where you park your car? Who we gonna ride tonight?
Not thought y'all just said happy wife, happy life. Now you
Oh,
can't be
yeah.
hiding stuff in the trunk.
That's why you hide them. You hide them until that special occasion where you and her go out, and she be like, "When you got them?" Oh, well, a while ago.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Like,
And I brought them out for you.
Our feet ain't growing up about 2 years ago. I mean, I think I just told on us. I mean, who made me say this on the low?
All right. So we finished it up. We're gonna end it there. This was a good show. Really like this exercise in general to bring some awareness to our individual selves, and just for the people that listen, if you can listen to those questions and try to answer them yourself, they give you more insight into who you are and how you feel. As a closing statement, do you have anything that you want to share with us? Any upcoming concerts, any turkey legs that you're gonna be cooking that you want people to buy from you or anything?
But why you looked at me? Well, who cooked the turkey leg? Because if I get on the stove, ain't nothing gonna be done. You probably ain't gonna have no house no more. I'm being real with you. Cause I mess up some Fruit Loops.
Anything you want to share with us though?
But no, just I appreciate the opportunity to be here, especially with y'all wonderful people, and I just and tune in and get your self health because we all need it, and when we need someone to talk to, go to someone that's positive. And go to someone that really has your best interest at heart. I mean, because I look at everyone on the cast today and that's been here, and even who that me and him were just visitors, that each one of us, and I can look at them and say, if I really need somebody I can talk to, I can go to them and go to them with uplifting spirits. If you go to somebody and the first thing they say, well, I don't even know why you doing, leave that person alone.
Yeah.
Now, don't come try to get a free therapy session in Walmart if you see me standing around and walking around. Now, that's not what he's saying.
I wasn't saying
Okay,
that.
yeah, you
Because
can
we
call
charge
me.
now.
Yeah,
we charge.
we definitely
I'm going to give me a 10%.
Find his feet. Now, do y'all have you have an Instagram? People need to get in contact with you for your groups if they want your groups to come out to the church or anything.
Yes, you can look at me and Sterling Kemp on Instagram, but if anybody want to get in contact with me, my phone number is 864-554.
You don't got to do all that.
I wasn't going to give the real number anyway. I'm just playing. You know I'm a jokester.
Okay,
You think I'm going to give my real number out?
Just in case they, okay.
No, see, that's why, Kirby, that's why you knew.
Turn this mic off.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Speaking truthfully.
Oh yeah. But no, I think he ended it well. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more. Because this is so important. It's so important because you learn yourself. You learn yourself more within questions and things that you don't know what's coming. Right. So there's I really enjoyed it, and I know we have ladies here, but us as men need to get in tune with things like this more. Because it's important. It's important. We don't like to talk. I used to run away from things like this all the time, but I know the importance of it. I know the importance of it, and we need to come up with some other ones to get some of these men, out here involved. That I'm the expert.
Yeah, we're gonna do something. Actually, you've been to it already, but Gravity Counseling Group,
yes.
Which I'm the owner of. We provide a monthly meeting every fourth Monday. We won't have one for November. We won't have one for December because it's the holidays. But we're starting back up in January. Every fourth Monday, we have a BIPOC meeting for men. Yeah. And we do exercises like this, so that we can just get the conversation going, facilitate some discussions that are needed in our homes and in our community as a whole. Yeah. So please check that out. Be on the lookout for it. Subscribe to Speaking with Gravity on Facebook and Instagram, and also subscribe to 6-1 Rentals, Event Rentals. They the best in this area.
Thank you.
And they're going to be the best in the state before the end of the year. Next year.
And then also, too, I think that for the people
you
that's
was
watching.
interrupting me as I was doing the outro.
Oh, I didn't know the outro.
Speaking
I'm so
truthfully.
sorry. But you want me to speak truthfully. And I just want to say, who you still Atlanta Falcon fan?
No, Carolina Panther fan. I just had Atlanta Falcon call because I like the
Okay,
Colts.
well, I say I love
Yeah,
the
yeah,
car,
yeah.
but if anybody wanted to send anything in to me and Hoop, teams. I'm a Washington fan. Please just send it to Kirby, but make sure you send the right size because Kirby may try to resell it. I'm just speaking truthfully.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Please do not send nothing that way.
All right, thank you to everyone that's liked, shared. But I will get you offline. Thank you to everyone that's liked, shared, and supported the movement to increase mental health awareness within our community. Thank you to Mr. Winston for audio and visual production. The reason y'all able to hear us so clearly is because of him. Thank you for taking the time to listen. You could be doing anything else right now, but you chose to listen to us, and we appreciate that. We are therapists. Well, 3 of us are therapists. The other 2 guys are not. We are therapists, but this ain't therapy. It's a podcast.
Thank you.